Hey guys, it's Kels back at it again with another video, another Friday Night Live. I promised you that each and every Friday night I will go live and show my face. So here I go, back at it again as promised. We are a little bit late tonight, but better late than never. We are still going to show up and show out each and every Friday night. So I did not change the subject line on tonight's video because I do want to do a little bit of reveal. But for those of you guys who follow us on Instagram and on YouTube, you know that tonight's topic is going to be about love. Love. Do you like the echo? Do you like how the voice is carrying? Do you like how the voice is carrying? Love. You didn't know the dog could carry a note. You didn't know the dog could carry a note. I can. All right. You know what I mean? So I won't quit my day job, but the dog can carry a note. So tonight's topic is going to be all about love. I am going to do the topic rundown so we can talk a little bit about each of the topic options. Because, on Thursday nights, aka Friday Eves, we drop 4 topic options for you guys on Instagram and on YouTube. You vote throughout the night, and then on Friday nights, you vote from Thursday to Friday. Then on Friday evenings, when we do our Friday night kickbacks, the dog talks about the ones that you guys selected. Yeah, so you got to be sure to vote if you really want to chime in on these topics. Also, sometimes I drop a little bit of a free text field, so you can just let me know what you want us to talk about, and you can just like slide in my DMs that way and let me know, kind of what you want to talk about as well. But as I said, tonight's topics had everything to do with love. Okay, I just felt like we needed to talk about that. We just came through the 8-8 gateway. We just came out of the new moon in Leo, just finished up the full moon in Aquarius. I believe Sun conjunct Saturn is coming up on Saturday. All kind of celestial things happening, and it just all kind of aligned and came together, and I just felt like, yeah, we should talk about love a little bit. We should talk a little bit about love. Now, let me say this. I will say this. Y'all voting was a little light. Y'all was a little bit sparse and light on the voting this week. I don't know. Do you guys have a contentious relationship with love? Are y'all a little bitter about love? Y'all want to talk about love? What's going on? What is going on with y'all in love? I mean, it was some voting happening, but not as heavy-handed as it usually is in the with our other topics. So it clued me in a little bit that this might be a little tender subject. This might be a little bit of a trigger subject for quite a bit of y'all. So, last week we talked about triggers and how your triggers are whole snitching on you. So if you didn't catch that live, you should go back last week and watch that live. Listen to it like a podcast or whatever on the gym, however you got to do it. But I think y'all need to listen to that because I feel like love hit a little bit of a trigger for a lot of us this week. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm not even gonna hold you. I really feel like love was like a little bit of a tender spot for a lot of people this week. So I felt like talking about triggers last week was chef's kiss. It was perfect because this week y'all showed out on them triggers. Love triggered a bunch of y'all. I feel like love triggered a bunch of us this week. So, but regardless, first things first, second things second. If you are catching us live, drop where you're watching from and what you are sipping on in the chat. And if you're a part of our replay gang, drop this emoji in the chat and let me know your comments. Even though you're catching the replay, it's all love. Replay gang is strong around here. So whether you're catching us live or you're watching us after the fact, we still want to hear what you have to say, still want to respond to your comments, still want to hear your thoughts, still learning from the collective wisdom of the It's Kels community. So we need you to chime in and speak up, whether you're watching us live or whether you're catching us on the replay. So I am sipping on. Y'all see I got a little straw tonight. It's a plastic straw. Don't kill me, okay? It's Chick-fil-A. It's a Chick-fil-A straw. And it's acting like it's broken, though. I'm sipping on a little bit of my girlfriend's branded rum, Kingston Bay rum, and a little bit of strawberry lemonade. And it's wetting the whistle. It's doing what it needs to do. It's giving what it's supposed to give. And yeah, that's what we're sipping on tonight. Yeah. Cheers. Oh, wait, before we cheers, what are we cheersing to? What are we cheersing to? We're cheersing to week 33 of our Friday night kickbacks consistency. 33 weeks consistent from New Year's Eve 2021 all through this year of 2022, showing up for the collective, learning from the collective wisdom of the It's Kels community, and just like kicking it with you guys, decompressing from the week and all the code switching that we have to do at these people's jobs all week. You know what I mean? Getting our FaceTime in, getting our little spiritual kick, getting our little, shooting the shit, getting our little, hangout back in each and every Friday night. So we're cheersing to week 33 of our Friday night kickbacks. We are cheersing to love because that's the topic for tonight. I'll let you know exactly what we're getting into in a little bit once we do the topic rundown. But tonight we're cheersing to love. We're cheersing to being love, giving love, and allowing love, receiving love. We're cheersing to better relationships with love. We're cheersing to opening our hearts to love. Yes. Cheers. Clink, 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 clink. Yes. Mm-hmm. I was doing a red lip today, or a reddish lip today. So I was like, oh, let me do a straw. Red lips. All right. So cheers, DBs in the building. I might have to get rid of this straw because I feel like it's acting like it's broken. I feel like it's acting like it's, you know how straws are when they kind of they have like a crease in them, and when you suck through them, it's giving air instead of your drink. That's what it's feeling like. Cheers, DB. Cheers. Always in the building. What was for dinner? What you cook for dinner? I saw Ferd was in here earlier, but Ferd had to dip out. I came in late, but I always appreciate Ferd pulling up on us from South Africa. So if you catch the replay, Ferd, I saw you in here earlier, but thank you for being here. All right, so let's do the topic rundown, shall we? Yes. Oh, there you are. Hello. Yes. Okay, so let's do the topic rundown. Again, tonight we're talking about love. I did see a couple of you guys in here actually did vote. But as I said, most people were like a little bit quiet on this topic. So I feel like I hit on a little bit of a tender spot. And so again, if you ain't catch that triggers and how your triggers are snitching on you, last slide, go ahead and watch that so you understand what we're talking about when we say your triggers whole snitch on you. Okay. So as you know, on Instagram and on YouTube community tab, you vote on Thursday nights, and then we get into the things on Friday nights. So the 4 topic options from last night, all about love. I said this week we're choosing from topics all about love. And we have 4 topic options. The number 1 option was how to know why love may be blocked for you. So why is love blocked for you? How to know why. Okay, that came in at 0% on Instagram. Apparently, all of y'all are in love, all of y'all are booed up, all of y'all are in relationships, all of y'all are perfectly settled with love and have no reason to understand why it's blocked for you. Okay, on Instagram at least. So that came in at 0%. The second option, that topic came about because me being in a conversation with some, I went out with some friends a few weeks ago, and I was just kind of listening to the conversations that were happening around the drinks. And I had some ideas that I wanted to run by the collective of why love might be blocked for some of us, just based on what I was hearing from the conversations. And so that's why I made that an option here. Okay. The second option was, are you comfortable being deeply loved? A lot of times we talk about wanting to love someone and wanting to be in a relationship, but that requires for you to be allowing and willing and open in yourself to be loved by somebody else. Are you comfortable with that? Are you comfortable with the vulnerability and being seen and being known that deeply or that intimately? You say you want love or you're in love, but are you comfortable being that deeply emotionally bound with somebody else or seen by somebody else? That came in at 33%. So some of y'all did want to talk about that topic over on Instagram, okay? So that again came up at the conversation with the girlfriends out. They weren't really my girlfriends, it was just some women that we met out, but that came up from there as well. And then number 3 option, okay, revealing my green flags in a lover. Green flags in a lover. So a lot of times when you're talking about dating or you're talking about relationships, you always hear about these red flags, like things that are like, red flag, no, it's a no, it's immediately no, immediately no. We know those red flags, but do we know the green flags? What are your green flags in a lover? In a new potential lover? That came in at 67% on Instagram. Y'all really wanted to be up in the doll's business. Y'all really want to see what's on my green flags list. You know what I mean? And so we might get into that. We'll see. 67% on Instagram. Okay. And then our 4th option on Instagram. What if you want love, but you're frustrated by it? You're secretly frustrated by it. You're secretly bitter about it. How is that going to work? How does that actually work? You know what I mean? And that came in at 0%. Now, here's the thing. This is what's the most interesting thing about the voting this week. When you look at people's stories, or you look at what they're posting on Instagram, or if you look at what they're talking about on TikTok, or what's trending on TikTok, it's always some drama about love. You know what I mean? But when you actually drop that topic and you drop some options to talk about, it's crickets. It's crickets. So when y'all want to complain about love, it's la 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 la, love sucks, all of that. But when it comes to the topics of like, okay, let's actually talk about it. Let's learn from the collective wisdom of the It's Cuz community. Let's drop some gems, because the gems is heavy around here. So let's drop some gems about it. It's crickets. So y'all want to complain about love, but y'all don't want to learn nothing about it. That's just interesting to me. I mean, that's just what I'm observing. Now, here's the deal. A lot of people are getting their children ready back for school this week. A lot of people are still getting into their last minute summer travel. A lot of people are, just enjoying the last dog days of summer. So I do understand that it can be a little bit quiet when it comes to the voting and the connecting on social media. But quiet as it's kept, quiet as y'all are being, it's really feeling like y'all want to talk about love. But that's okay. That's okay, because it's what I want to talk about. It's what I want to talk about. So the number 1 on Instagram was revealing my green flags in a lover. And then the number 2 option is, are you comfortable being deeply loved? Okay. So that's what it's looking like over on IG. Okay. Over on IG. Yes. So, all right. So that's what everyone was saying over on IG. Yeah. All right. So let's hop over really quickly to YouTube and do the topic rundown over there. Okay. So let's see. Oops, come on. There we go. All right. Okay, so the same 4 options on YouTube, and they are how to know why love is blocked for you. That came in at 60% on YouTube. And then, are you comfortable being deeply loved? That came in at 20% on YouTube. Revealing my green flags in a lover, 20% on YouTube. And then, what if you want love but you're frustrated by it? What to do? 0% on YouTube. So, you guys' number 1 over on YouTube is how to know why love is blocked for you. 60% of the vote. And then 20 and 20% of for are you comfortable being loved deeply and or being deeply loved and revealing my green flags in a lover at 20%. So yeah, that is what the numbers are looking like for the topics surrounding love. Yeah. Let's take a sip. Mm. Hmm. So I don't know. I just felt like talking about love tonight, and I know why. Because in my journalings, as I was journaling this week and just like kind of relaxing, journaling, trying to tap back into just what I'm feeling, what I'm talking about, love came up as a big topic this week. And so I said, you know what? Instead of doing options that are just all over based on running the gamut on things, let's narrow in. Let's talk about love. Seeing 555 on the clock, and we'll go from there. So because the voting was like kind of all over the place, you guys voted something different on Instagram, and then you voted something different on YouTube, and all of that. I'm gonna make the executive decision. I'm gonna make the executive decision, and I think that we are going to talk about love being blocked. And the reason why I want to talk about that topic, why love might be blocked for you. Um, Reasons why love might be blocked for you. The reason why I want to talk about that one is because I see that conversation a lot online. And the other night we went out to, I'll tell you the story of how we went out to drinks and how that topic even came up. But I see the topic come up a lot online. You guys know that I started this channel talking about dating in London. I was studying overseas, moved to London, loved London, amazing. Started dating over there, and all of my friends over here in the States were asking me, how's dating, how's dating, how's dating, how's dating, how's dating going in London? And so I started to do just these fun videos, not thinking much of it, and it kind of took off. And you can see that some of my videos on this channel that are the most popular, most popular, have hundreds of thousands of views, are the ones about dating in London, reverse culture shock, just like, Black women leveling up, those types of videos. And this topic, whenever we talk about, so I do get to see, because I have that kind of little bit of a reputation online of being in that space. My friends from overseas and other places send me a lot of these videos that come through about, it'd be girls on TikTok, 25 years old, crying, on TikTok about they've been dating for so long and they can't find this and they can't find that, and all of these kind of like very sad, somber, sob stories about the state of affairs as it relates to dating these days. And dating and love, I liken those together. To me, those are par and parcel, right? Those two go together. It's like, first you're dating, you're experimenting, you're trying the clothes on, you're looking for the right fit, and then with the hopes of ultimately it blossoms and it blooms and it thrives into a loving relationship. And I feel like a lot of us have a hard time in that space and are much more comfortable talking about love in a kind of a derogatory or a woe is me or a long suffering way, instead of talking about it in a way that is a little bit more optimistic and a little bit more keeping the light on and holding space for it. And I think it's because love tends to be a polarizing and a triggering topic. And I get why. I absolutely know why. I'm still in the process of dating. I'm still in the process of experimenting. I'm still in the process of trying on and looking for that perfect fit for me. And keeping the optimism and keeping the thrill, keeping the excitement, keeping the fun about that is something that you have to intentionally do. You have to intentionally do. And so the reason why, that's my perspective on it, right? And the reason why this topic came up is because the other night I went out with a girlfriend, and it was just me and a girlfriend, and we went out to a rooftop, here around the city. And we ended up sitting at a table with two other women. And the conversation, ultimately pivoted to to relationships. And one of the women was like, "Oh, I got two kids, and I'm never been married, and the dating scene, the dating scene, the dating scene." And the other woman was, "Oh, I was married 15 years, but I'm getting divorced, and I'm getting divorced." And then the other lady, who I came with, is like, "Oh, I'm getting married this year. I'm getting married." And the conversation just immediately went, excuse me, into this kind of dating and this love scenario. And I was like, okay, let's listen in. And there were just some things that I kind of was picking up on, and not in a judgmental way, not in a judgmental way, in a more observing way. Because you may be hard to believe, but I'm actually very much of an introvert. And as such, I have a tendency to like to observe my surroundings a lot and absorb where everybody is energetically, to truly understand not just what's coming out of their mouth, but what is coming and emanating out of their heart. And when you are a bit empathetic and when you are a bit of an introvert, you can, if you quiet yourself and you silence and you listen more than you speak, you can pick up things from people more than what they're just blah, 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 blah saying. You can pick up what's emanating from their heart. You can pick up what's emanating from them, what they're embodying energetically. And I picked up a few things that I kind of wanted to bring to the collective tonight for your consideration around the topic of why love may be slightly blocked for you. Why love might be slightly blocked for you. And this pertains to you even if you are in a relationship. These topics, these ideas, these concepts that I'm putting to the collective for your consideration, um, may affect you even if you are in a committed, loving relationship. Keep these in mind. Keep them in your back pocket, because it may very well be something that you can maybe share or talk about with your friends or your loved ones or your mentors or mentees, or your community, your immediate community around where you're at. Because I think we need to be more open and honest about talking about love and the good things about love, and how we're able to love in certain ways, and the more triggering, as we talked about last week in last week's kickback, the more triggering, uncomfortable things about love that we may feel, or that we may not even be recognizing we're feeling, which is somewhat blocking us from the love that we so desperately desire. Yeah. So that's kind of the background on tonight's topic. And let me take a sip and take a spin around the comments, because I see some familiar faces in the building. Some familiar faces in the building, and we have to show love. I'm seeing Rubes in the building. Happy Friday night, collective, sipping some ancho cider this evening. Wishing everyone here a loving, joyful weekend. Yes. Clink, 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 Ancho cider. I remember Ancho restaurant from DC, Roofs. I hope they are thriving. I hope they are thriving up there. Ancho cider. Brilliant. Clink, 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 clink. Cheers, my dear. Cheers. Sip to that. Yes. I'm sipping a little libations tonight too. Ooh, I'm getting love. Kettles blowing in the deep heart. Red top, flawless sister. Drop the love gems. Yes. I wore red for our topic tonight. It's giving red lip. It's giving red top. Yes, we had to do it tonight for love. For love. For love. Rubes, I was saying at the beginning of the broadcast, people were a little bit quiet on the voting this week. I think people are a little bit triggered by love. I think people are a little bit triggered by love. Like we didn't know that. Like we didn't know that. You know what I mean? So we're still gonna get into it. We're still gonna talk about some reasons why love might be, some reasons why the love that you so desire, whether you're in a relationship, dating, or outside of a relationship, you know, why the love that you so desire might be blocked, might be a little bit blocked, or might be a little bit slow to come in. We're just saying open to talking about love also means self-love. You could be in a great relationship, but if your self-love isn't there, we can block what our partner is offering to self-love before all else. Self-love. Let's write that down. Self-love. I love that. Dropping gems right out the gate. Right out the gate. Yes, I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. That is true. I too missed the vote this week. I feel like a lot of people missed the vote this week. There were some people voted, but just not as heavy as they usually vote. And I'm like, ooh, is love triggering? Is love triggering the people? Is love triggering the collective? But regardless, we're still gonna get into it. We're still gonna get into it because I find a lot of times that we might talk about a topic this week, and then 2 weeks later, or a month later, or 1 week later, the topic becomes a trending topic because I feel like we are at the leading edge of some of the conversations that we have over here on the Iskels Collective. And so we're going to keep talking. We're going to keep using our voice. We're going to keep blossoming, keep blooming, keep thriving, and keep showing up each and every Friday night to talk the things. And whenever the collective catches up, the greater collective catches up with the Iskels Collective is when they do. But just know that we are having these conversations. We are open, we are honest, and we are learning from all of this together because we're not out here alone in this sometimes crazy dating, living, loving, ascending world. We are not out here alone. We are out here supported, loved in a collective. And yeah, we're gonna keep showing up. You know what I mean? So with all that said, with all that talking I'm doing, let me take another little sip. Hmm. I feel like this Chick-fil-A straw, I said this before, but I feel like this little Chick-fil-A straw is broken, but whatever, it's fine. Okay. So I feel like, all right, so reasons why love may be blocked for you or a little bit slow to come in. Okay. Um, I have some few notes here, and I'm just trying to figure out which one do I want to talk about first. Let's talk about the one that I see the most often, and then I saw in the ladies when I had gone out the other night. And it's you want love, you want to be married, you want to be in a relationship, you want to be in a committed partnership, you want to be in love, but you have you possess or you allow negative energy about love around you, or it's coming from you. So this may look like really wanting to be in a relationship or really wanting to find love, but frustrated by dating, frustrated by love, frustrated by the opposite sex, frustrated by what it takes, frustrated by how long it's taking, frustrated by how unsuccessful you feel you're being, frustrated by the process of dating or by the process of getting to know somebody else or by the process of first working on your self-love in order to attract the right person for you. The whole energy and the whole way you go about dealing with love and the journey of love is steeped in frustration and bitterness and even anger. You can tell if that is what's happening with you, if you're frustrated or you're bitter or you're angry about love. Monitor how you talk about love. When we went out to have drinks and we sat down at the table, the women started talking about the dating scene, in the city and all of that, and they immediately, it was a derogatory, it was like a negative conversation, and everybody is so comfortable slipping right into that negative talk, that negative opinion, that negative perspective. that pessimistic perspective about dating and about love. Everyone's so comfortable talking about or ranting and raving about how bad it is. How are you supposed to get a good outcome from your process and your pursuit and your desire of love if everything that you talk about relating to love and the process of falling in love is negative, is frustrated, is angry, is disappointed, is bitter? How does that play out? That doesn't balance. And you may not even notice that you're doing this. And when I say you, I'm talking about the collective you, me included. Me included. There's plenty of times that I come home from a date or come home from an event and be like, where the hell is my man? Like, what is going on? Frustrated. Frustrated. There's plenty of times that I've had to catch myself and say, don't step in here with that old frustrated, disappointed, angry, slightly bitter energy around the process of falling in love and getting into love. Don't come in here with that old negative attitude. Drop that. Soon as you see it creeping up on it, catch it and say, no longer needed, thank you. And go back to your vision board, go back to your journaling, go back to your affirmations, go back to your mantras, whatever you need to go back to get your mind back into the space so that you are at the receiving counter, not at the complaint counter. Oh, I'm just venting. Stop venting. When you're venting, all you're doing is manifesting that which you do not want, that which you do not desire. You're amplifying the negative instead of letting that negative dissipate and staying at the desire counter, reaffirming what you actually want in love, reaffirming what you actually want in self-love, reaffirming what you actually want in a relationship, reaffirming your green flags, reaffirming your true desires, staying at the desire counter as it relates to love, as opposed to dissolving unintentionally into frustration, into bitterness, into anger, into disappointment. It is very easy to dissolve into those areas as it relates to love because it just seems to be the topic to talk about negatively. You must be careful about that. Rubes is saying facts. This applies to anything anyone might be using the law of attraction for. Positive mindset or rest for realignment. Exactly. So going back to the reaffirming what you want and not letting yourself time and time again slip into the negative self-talk and we're not even talking about just talk, the feelings, the emotions, embodying emotions of frustration, embodying emotions of bitterness, embodying emotions of disappointment. A lot of us are disappointed in love, embodying emotions of anger or trauma around love. Instead of practicing that so openly, every conversation, every new girl, you everywhere you go, girl, how's dating for you, girl? It sucks. Like, I'm not really, dating is the ghetto. Like, okay, jokes aside, when you're really serious about this, you gotta leave them jokes. You gotta leave them jokes over on somebody else's, page. You know what I mean? Leave those alone and keep your mind and keep your energy focused on the optimistic and at the desire and designing what you actually want and what you actually are looking for. Another part of that is I just want to drop this little gem right here. It's because sometimes I hear people saying, well, if you want something specific, you have to be, you have to bring that to the table. So if you want somebody, wealthy, as you're a woman and you want a man that's wealthy, or you want a man that's fit, or you want a man that's smart, then you need to be wealthy, you need to be fit, you need to be smart. That is not exactly correct. In a world of polarity, dropping some gems real quick. In a world of polarity, in a world of balance, in a world of yin to your yang, in a world of masculine to your feminine, and that's the other way. Yin is feminine, yang is masculine. So in a world of yin to your yang, in a world of feminine to your masculine, you're looking for reciprocals. Reciprocals, not exact. So if I want a wealthy man, then I need to be wealthy. No, 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 no. If you want a wealthy healthy, if you want a wealthy, healthy man, then you need to be a healthy woman. If that's how the relationship is going, if it's going man to woman, it might be woman to woman or man to man, but it's always still going to be a masculine and feminine polarity, even if it's two men or two women or two theys or whatever it is. But if you want a healthy masculine man, then you need to be a healthy feminine woman who knows how to receive the reciprocal. So you're not talking about bringing the exact things to the table. You're talking about bringing the balanced part. If you want a man who is funny and lighthearted, you need to be a woman, if you want that, who can take a joke, who is fun and jovial and is okay in that energy. So you don't have to be. If you want a funny man, it doesn't mean you need to be funny. It means if you want a funny man, it means you need to be able to take a joke, and you need to be able to laugh lightly, and you need to be lighthearted, right? Because that would be the reciprocal. If he's giving jokes, then you need to be able to receive jokes. That's just one thing I want to clear up, because I hear a lot of people talking about, oh, well, if I want this, then I need to be that. You want that, and they use it to a lot of times to demonize you. If you want that, you're not even that. How you want a man that has a six-figure job and you don't have a six-figure job? Because it's not two men. It's not two bulls in a china shop. It's not two bulls in a china shop. It's a yin to a yang. It's a polarity. It's a balance. So just keep that in mind. Reciprocals. Okay. So that was a little bit about negative energy around love. You might be blocked in love. You might be blocking love from your life. You might be blocking love from your life if you have the energy of frustration, of bitterness, of anger, of disappointment around love, and you're always embodying that. You're always quick to talk about that in conversation. You're always quick to feel that in your body. You're always quick to feel, frustrated or dis-ease having to do with love. So be mindful of that and drop that, and work on dropping those negative emotions and embodiments around love, and work on affirming and deciding which emotions are better serving you to align with the love that you so desire. Self-love included. Self-love included. That's the first thing that I was thinking about when it came to love. Okay? Why you might be blocking love. Reasons you might be blocking love from your life. Okay? The second thing that came to mind when we were thinking about love and reasons why you might be blocking love is that you're not allowing love into your life in its many other forms. So you might be thinking of love. You might just be thinking about love in a relationship, love in a boyfriend, love in a girlfriend, love in a wife. You might be talking about that. There we go. You might be talking about that very siloed. Hey, Cynthia girl. Cheers, girl. Clink, 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 clink. Tonight we are talking about love, sis. All about love. So you might not be allowing love in its other forms. So you might be very siloed in your approach to love, and you might be only thinking about it as it relates to being in a relationship with somebody. But you have to realize, potentially, for your consideration, that love comes in other forms as well. One of the forms that has really been eye opening for me has been doing what I love in terms of my hobbies, in terms of what I do for a living, in terms of how I spend my free time. So making sure I'm doing things that I love, as well as desiring love in a relationship. So imagine that you want love in a relationship. You want to be in a relationship. You want to be in a marriage. You want to be in, a partnership. But you are not doing what you love for your career. You're not doing what you love for your hobbies. You're not doing what you love for your free time. You're not being around people like family members or other friends that you actually love. So basically, you are you're closing the door on love in all of the avenues it can show up for you. So you've closed love in your career. You've closed love in your friendships. You've closed love in your hobbies. You've closed love in your self-love potentially, but you're trying to force love to come through in a relationship. And you're frustrated and upset that it's not forced coming through the one avenue that you are allowing it, while you actively shut the door and turn off the valve for love and all of the other ways that it can come in for you. That might be a major way that you are blocking love in your life. I had no idea that you could block love, like intimate, romantic love from your life, by not doing a career that you actually love. Because to me, what would your career, like what you do for a living to pay the bills, what would that have to do with love in your intimate relationship? Why would not doing a career that you love block love in other areas of your life? And it's taken me years, years to recognize the relationship between the two. And in my life, there seems to indeed be a connection and a relationship between the two. That if you are not following your love, following your bliss in what you do day in and day out for a career, you could very well be stifling love in all the other areas of your life, including in your intimate relationships. I don't think that's a realization that a lot of people have come to. I've come to that realization and I'm pretty firm on it. And it's taken me years to actually think about that and experiment and just see how is that true? Because you guys know, I don't say, I like to say, don't take my word for it. Do not take my word for it. Try it in your own life. Experiment in your own life. Look at the patterns in your own life. In your own life. So when I look at the patterns in my own life, when I am connecting the dots, as Santhia is saying here, I recognize that there seems to be a tie between not doing what I love in my career, or not expressing myself creatively, not using my voice in a way that I love, and not doing that, and the block in the intimate relationships. The block in the love that you seek in your intimate relationships. So if you're cutting off your love and what you love to do and how you express in your self-love, in how you create and in how you do what you love outside of an intimate relationship, you're essentially cutting off the love in your intimate relationships as well. Because love is love is love, and it's an energy. It's an energy. So you can't stifle it over here and think it's all of a sudden going to be abundant over here. As much as it's stifled over there, it shall be stifled over here. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. That makes sense to y'all? So in any aspect that you're stifling love, all the aspects get stifled, potentially. Potentially. I say for your consideration, here's the deal with some of these conversations that we have. Not everything that we talk about fits every single person. You have to listen to our conversations and say, yeah, that seems like the truth in my life. Or, I don't know if that's true for me, but maybe it's true for somebody else. Or, nah, I just can't get behind that. But I'll listen anyway. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what I feel like how these conversations go. So I present some of this information to you guys to see how if I'm out here alone or if y'all experience some of this as well. You know what I mean? So that's the second reason why love might be blocked for you, or why love might be coming in real slow and not in abundance like you're expecting. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. Something saying yes. Some of the icons didn't pull. I can see over here that the icons that you're using, but the icons didn't come through on StreamYard, and that's okay, sis. That's okay. I still get the yes. So, first thing we talked about is the negative energy around love that you might be embodying, that you might be so comfortable to slip into. The frustration, the bitterness, the anger, the disappointment, all of those conversations around love, instead of staying at the desire counter, instead of staying clear and optimistic about what you want, you easily slip into conversation. You easily slip into thoughts that are surrounding love, having to do with frustration, disappointment, anger, and anger, frustration, disappointment, and bitterness. Right? So being mindful of that and getting rid of that ASAP. Stay at the desire counter and stay in your affirmations about love. Second thing we talked about is not doing what you love on the day-to-day, but expecting love to squeeze in on the intimate relationship that you're trying to design and you desire. Imagine how much pressure you're putting on the intimate relationship. Sorry, let me switch my foot here. Imagine how much pressure you're putting on that one intimate relationship if you have killed off love in all your other places, and now you're forcing love to come through this one man or this one woman or this one they. You know what I mean? Non-binary, whatever. You know what I mean? Imagine. That's a lot of pressure. So let the love flow. Consider for your consideration. Let the love flow in all of the areas of your life that love shows up, that your bliss shows up, that feels good to you, that gives you butterflies, that you get excited about. All of those areas in your life, the trips you want to take, the jobs you want to do, the travel. You guys know travel alchemy. The travel that you want to do, the projects that you want to work on, the restaurants that you want to try, the people that you want to be around, your friends, your family, the children in your life, your nieces and nephews, your own children, your daughters, your sons, your animals, your pets. Consider letting the love amplify in all of those. Your gardening, your plants, your creating, your designing, your coloring, your painting, your exercise, your fitness, your cooking, your food, your reading, your self-care, your meditation, your baths, your oils, your beauty, your hair, your makeup, your nails, your clothes, all of those areas that you can express love. Be sure to express love in all of those areas and identify love in all of those areas so that you're bringing the vibration of love up into your life so that you are not forcing love to come through one partner or one relationship and disappointed that it's not dripping through that one spout when you have so many other places that it could bubble up for you. Career included. Do you love your career? Do you love what you do day to day that you're spending the vast majority of your life doing? For your consideration. Yeah. What say you guys? Cheers. Clink, 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 clink. Tonight we're getting into love. We dropped 4 topic options on Friday Eve, aka Thursday night, over on IG, here on YouTube. And we asked you guys to vote and let me know what you guys wanted to talk about. All the topics tonight had to do with love. And I went ahead and made the executive decision tonight because the numbers were all over the place. Y'all voted all over the place. I made the executive decision tonight to talk about why love might be blocked for you. Why love might be coming in a little bit slower than you want. The reasons why. And what to do. Not only reasons why, also for your consideration, some things and some perspectives and some mindsets and some behaviors, some affirmations, some new belief systems that you could put in place to help alter and to shift and to move more into allowing love. Releasing the blocks to love. That was number 2 that we talked about. Okay. And the number 3 reason why love might be blocked for you, why it might be coming in a bit slower than you'd like, is that you're not actually that great or that open or that willing to be loved. To be loved. To be seen. To be vulnerable. To be completely yourself. Transparent, stripped back, open. Allowing someone else to see you in that most vulnerable state and love you just the same, deeply. Are you open and willing and comfortable to being seen and to being understood and to being loved as you are for who you are deeply? Do you feel deserving of that? Do you feel comfortable with that? Do you feel comfortable with that spotlight? Being seen, your soul, your heart, your strengths, your weaknesses, your flaws, your imperfections, and still being loved. Quiet as is kept, not only by another person, but by the divine, but by God. Understanding that you're infinitely, abundantly beloved of the unconditionally beloved of God and the universe. And also another person can love you in that state as well. Are you okay with that? Are you okay being loved deeply, being seen deeply for exactly who you are? Or does that make you feel nervous? Does that make you feel uncomfortable? Does that make you rather hide behind there's no good men, there's no good women, love sucks, dating sucks, ain't nobody out here, rather be single, I'm frustrated, I'm bitter, I'm angry, I'm disappointed? Would you rather hide behind all of that? I'm too busy at work. Oh, I hate this job, but I just gotta do it. Oh, life sucks. Oh, I want love, but where is it? I don't know where it's at. Would you rather hide behind all of that just to avoid being seen transparent, vulnerable for exactly who you are, and allowing someone to love you in your flaws, in your imperfections? Are you okay being loved deeply? This one I never thought of a lot because it was always just like, oh, I want to be in a relationship. I want to be loved. I want to be in love. I want to be in a relationship. I want to be this. I want to be that. But it's come up recently. My nose is tickling. It's come up recently. And I feel like it's an interesting thing to think about because I don't know if a lot of us, I've not heard a lot of this conversation, and I've not heard like a lot of us talk about, I don't think we talk about love a lot. I think we complain about love a lot. I think we complain about the process of getting to know someone and the process of experimenting and trying on different people for a good fit, and the process and the dating pool and the, you know, husbands are this and wives are this. And we complain about a lot about love. But I don't know if we really sit down and have like good, deep conversations about what love really feels like. And do we feel like we're truly, deeply deserving of love? That we're okay being loved by somebody else. This is receiving, not giving love, not being the one trying to perpetrate love onto somebody else, not somebody else buying or catering to, or giving or doing all that forward momentum forward for love. Are we okay receiving love? Are you okay being supported? Are you okay being reliant on somebody else? Or are you terrified to be disappointed by somebody else? So you'd rather not step into that type of love? Are you always disappointed by people? Have you always continually been disappointed in your life? So you're not comfortable relying on somebody else, or receiving from somebody else, or being loved by somebody else, or being poured into from somebody else for fear of being disappointed by them ultimately. That fear of disappointment is huge when it comes to love and our receptivity to love. Are we receptive? Or are we avoiding being disappointed? Are we avoiding being heartbroken, potentially? Are we avoiding being abandoned, potentially? Do we have a fear of abandonment so much, a fear of disappointment so much, that we would rather not be in love, that we would rather not pursue love, that we would rather complain more about love than stay in the desire counter for love? Are we letting our fear of being in love and being loved stop us, block us from the love we so deeply desire and deserve? And deserve. And quiet as it's kept, are always receiving from the divine, whether we can acknowledge it or not. Yeah. hmm Guys, we talking heavy about love tonight. We talking heavy about love tonight. That's pretty much. I feel like that's pretty much what I have for you guys as it relates to why love might be blocked or coming in a little bit slower. What's another way of saying that? Love might be blocked, or reasons why you might be blocking love or avoiding love, maybe. Reasons why love is avoiding you. I don't know. I'll come up with a title. But, this is week 33 of our Friday night kickbacks, where I go live each and every Friday night to talk about the topics you guys selected. Tonight is love. Was a little bit quiet on the voting tonight, but nonetheless, felt like it was an important topic for us to get into. It felt like very timely for me this week. And I know a lot of times if it's timely for me this week, it'll come up in a lot of you guys' life as well. Whether or not if it's this week, it might even be next week, it might be 2 weeks from now, but we tend to be on the leading edge of thought. We tend to be on the leading edge of conversation over here on the InScouts Collective. So we're going to continue to make it do what it do. We're going to continue to talk the talk and learn from the collective wisdom of the It's Cows community. Tonight we had 3 reasons for your consideration why loved might be blocked for you. The first thing we talked about is having negative emotions and negative feelings and conversations about love all the time, whether it's steeped in frustration, bitterness, anger, or disappointment, and being mindful of that and releasing that and going back to your positive affirmations about what you desire in love, staying at the desire counter, not at the complaint counter. The second one we talked about was not doing what you love in life, but wanting love to come through one little avenue of somebody else. Not doing your self-love work, not doing what you're passionate about, what thrills you, not following your bliss in your career or in your passion projects or in your hobbies or with your other friends or all the other places in life where love can come pouring in for you, squashing it there, but trying to force love into just this one other human person, a man nonetheless. And then wondering why you're disappointed. Allow love to flourish and to bloom in all of its different seeds in your life, and that might very well open the door for love to come in your intimate relationship as well, or amplify in the relationship that you're already in. Yeah, that was number 2. Number 3 was you are not open and willing to being loved deeply for fear of disappointment, for fear of abandonment, for fear of being seen, for not feeling deserving enough. Working on that, and recognizing how unconditionally beloved you are of the universe, of God, evident by you even being here. What's the chances of you even being here? You know what I mean? And so getting comfortable being seen, being loved, and being cherished and being supported deeply, and working on getting comfortable, open, and willing to that, so that when love does come in, you're not only pouring love out, but you're receiving love in the same measure, in the same equal balanced measure, because you guys know polarity, balance on this plane. What else do you guys want to talk about as it relates to love? I see some comments going on in the chat. I'm seeing Santhia saying all about the rituals in the chat, and Ruby giving some agreements back. You know what I mean? What say you guys? What else do you guys have to say about love? I can hang around for a few more minutes, and then we're going to call it a night. I think we hit on the topics that we needed to hit on that really will help the collective just have a deeper think about love. You know what I mean? And be comfortable having these conversations openly, and not only being super comfortable about having negative conversations about love, because we'd be the first ones to talk down about love, to talk about how dating sucks, to talk about how this, how that, how, have all of these negative conversations about love. But when we talk about really cultivating love, when we talk about really planting the seeds of love, when we talk about really allowing love to bloom in our lives, are we comfortable with that? And I say, with this conversation that we just had with the collective, I can say that we are 100% comfortable with those conversations over here, even though the voting was a little slim. But I feel like y'all might come back to this video if it's a week later, if it's a month later, if it's 2 months later, and really find some value in this conversation about allowing love and releasing and removing our blocks to love. I do these videos so you know you're not out here alone in this sometimes crazy dating, living, loving, ascending world. If this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe. And if you are an oldie but a goodie, good looking out, Cynthia in the building, Ruse in the building, DB in the building, Ferd in the building. Oh, it feels so good to have all of the recognizable faces and names in the building. If you are catching us live, love, love. And if you're catching us on replay, gang, drop this emoji in the chat and let me know your thoughts, your tips, your tips and tricks, your gems about love. Because you know the gems are heavy over here. Smash that like button. Smash the like button. It's lit in here. It's lit in here. And I appreciate you guys so much. I was having fun tonight. You know, I had to do a little red for the love. You know, you guys know I love love. I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm a Pisces, triple water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So love is comfortable for me and ever increasingly more comfortable as we peel back the layers and we learn how to plant the seeds of love and let them bloom in our life and release blockages to love. As we talk about some of these reasons why love might be blocked in our lives. I will catch you guys next week. Next week, we are on to week 34 of our Friday night kickbacks. You know, we have a goal to go 52 weeks steady. Matter of fact, next week I'm traveling as well. So it's going to be a little bit of new scenery. I feel like might also go live, like, you know, spontaneously during the week. And so let me know if you guys want to see that. I'll be happy to do that. Slide in my DMs. Let me know what topics you want us to talk about. And even if you don't, you know, on Thursday night, I will be dropping 4 topic options over on Instagram and here on YouTube. You vote through Thursday all the way to Friday. And on Friday, we talk the talk. We talk that talk. You know what I mean? So with that being said, good night, guys.